Period. You just got to have the nutrients. So are you going to pay $1,000 to have this nutrient profile circulating in your blood, or are you going to pay $65?
Everybody talk about getting money. Online, the problem with that is the same everyone also talks about the fact that money is fiat. Fiat with no value. In our research, this is the same place the hatred of money sprang from. Ignorance. The idea of money as the root of all evil, clearly from people that never been broke, has grown, even though most people don't know what money is a proxy for. The reality is that fear, superstition, and ignorance are the seed, root, and stem of all evil. Right now, thanks to people starting all kinds of online health businesses geared toward a fast dollar, there's more fear, ignorance, and superstition surrounding wellness than there has ever been. My divine order from the Creator is to fight this fear, ignorance, and superstition. There's more teachers, classes, and books available than ever. There's a billion-dollar industry surrounding fitness and supplementation. The glaring truth is very little wellness exists in the minds or bodies of the people at large, even though they're guzzling down this supplementation. Feeling is the language of the heart, the creator of the mind and spirit. In many instances, when our brain and heart conflict, we follow the most logical line of the brain and wind up with regret. It's not left brain versus right brain. The challenge is getting back in tune with our heart. We can never achieve personal mastery until we own this relationship between the brain and heart. The concepts of modern health and fitness go back to what we call master and slave relationships. Fitness was established to create more productive slaves, not longer lifespans or mental health, just to make the property more profitable. Modern corporations have adopted these models and now incentivize fitness and gym memberships. Health includes fitness, quality of life, lifespan, and mental health. In this fact, this is the mindset many still associate with the wealthy. Time is more valuable than fiat currency, but not even time is as valuable as your soul. Your soul or consciousness is the only true value you have to offer. This is a truly Masonic mindset, hence the term get in shape, or living righteously being referred to as square. This lifestyle of mastery we call soul crafting for the obvious reason. We are ever in the active process of building our body and our spirits. In our view, fat is cheap and muscle is expensive. Assets are usually expensive but have a great ROI, or rate of appreciation, making them definitely worth the investment. Liabilities are usually more fun, which makes them seem much less expensive. Truth is, though, they could wind up costing an arm and a leg. The knowledge to build real value requires actual facts about the construction and regular operation of the pigment system. The better you become at husbandry, the more profitable your divine real estate will be. This is by getting more light into the body, meaning light in all its definitions. Health is wealth because you will only own one piece of real estate in your whole life. The real estate is, of course, the divine soil you call your flesh. A human pound is 3,500 calories or 0.45 kilos. That's the exchange rate. To get our fiscal hygiene in order, we have to balance our interests. Understanding what real value is allows you to pay attention to what is really important in life. Sweat equity is the master's key for the truly successful entrepreneur. Everyone getting an average of 3,888,000 photons a day in for sustenance just by breathing. I'll repeat that. Everyone gets an average of 3,888,000 photons a day for sustenance just for breathing. The difference is how you spend your time or invest it. This knowledge will allow you to begin to save your breath, building that VO2 max. Eating right is not just about nutrition, but being frugal. Nothing should go to waste. God has given us all an apron called the greater omentum. A clean apron is the kind of cleanliness that is close to godliness. God's suns, earths, and stars must be pious in the face of gluttony and avarice. There is levels to this information, like Meek said. Take vitamin A, for example. The $10 benefit is good for your eyes. It is too. The next level is to want to know why, and how does vitamin A improve your eye health? Your eyesight is based on the complex pigment system in the eye and the integrity of the protons in the eye. So what's the relationship of vitamin A to pigment? This is how my mind works. The truth about vitamin A is much more colorful. Synthetic vitamin A is toxic. That may cause birth defects, liver damage, pancreas damage, heart damage, and has been linked to cancer. Natural vitamin A is actually pigment-based. This is vital amine boosting to melanin function, stem cell function, as well as neurogenesis and muscle synthesis. I learned about the supporting role of carotenoids in nature. In elementary school, I was told the trees turn a new leaf in the fall. The green leaves turn into yellow and red leaves. A lie. The green, which is chlorophyll pigment, begins breaking down as the leaves get less sunlight. The yellow and red pigment is already there. They were always the inside layers of the pigment on the leaf. This is where my curiosity in algae pigment began. Vitamin A also initiates collagen synthesis in the ankles, knees, hips, elbows, and shoulders. Bear in mind that regardless of what you eat, exercise, and your environment create the demands the body seeks to fill. You can be the god of your inner universe as opposed to a victim of bad genes or sugar addiction. It's never too late. I have outlived some of my best friends already. I just made it to a point to become this type of financial literate. I'm gonna repeat that again. I just made it a goal to become this type of financially literate. Let me give you another interesting fact. An obese person that exercises can have a longer life expectancy than a healthy weight person that does not exercise. Let me say that again. An obese person that exercises can have a healthy, longer life expectancy than a person with a healthy weight that does not exercise. Vitamin A is also implicated in thermogenin function. Thermogenin is a protein that activates the mitochondria in brown adipose tissue to generate heat. This is energy production taking place via mitochondria without ATP. This is a major cheat code and a big incentive to manage your blue light versus natural light consumption. Blue light eats through your vitamin A stores. Think about all that we have just discussed on vitamin A. It could literally be its own book. We haven't even got around to the best stuff yet. Star cells, aka vitamin A neurons, aka stellate cells, aka myofibroblasts, right? These cells cause fibrosis in the liver, pancreas, and heart when there's not enough vitamin A around. These cells functioning properly manage your fat, manage your sugar inside these organs. People with fatty liver disease, hint, hint, wink, wink, Spanish folks, right, are particularly vulnerable to vitamin A deficiency. This type of knowledge is a part of our mutual fund. This mutual fund is to allow you the ability to pay it forward in real time while creating passive investments. When we say pay yourself first, this is what we are referring to. If you are not of able mind and body, you cannot contribute to the greater community or your family. Mind your business. That's the art of saving your breath and tracking your BMR. In that space, you can be totally devoted to earning a living via the divine practice of husbandry. Practicing husbandry is the divine art of self-care for your real estate. The better you become at minding your business, the more photogenic you become. Your net worth will also grow with the muscle mass and strength you put in the stash. Assets. Trust. It's not only the IG models that need to focus on their ass cap. Diabetes lives primarily in your legs, glutes, and brain. Many people with diabetes wind up having amputations or losing sexual function. Glute training is like the backside of your apron. Money management has to be focused at your base. I'm going to say that again. Money management has to be focused at your base. Piezoelectric exercise and eating frugal are the keys to budgeting. So we avoid frozen accounts as well as going in the red. We pray that all your investments of sweat equity return great profits. Junk food and alcohol can cost you an arm and a leg. The art of soul crafting can be summed up as the quest for more light or capital gain. Save time by optimizing your cash flow. Once you optimize your cash flow, there's a powerful blessing that follows closely behind it. Compound interest. Compound interest does wonders for your ROI. Just the act of consistently making investments to improve your real estate is remembered and rewarded by your creator. It becomes a part of your inheritance you leave to your children. The flip side is not being frugal can cause a generational curse or negative compound interest to be levied against your real estate in the form of a lien or property seizure. These debts can also be transferred to your progeny. I think you can see how your ability to earn a living and pay attention to your investments lead to appreciation or depreciation. You gotta stay on the block moving them joints. You don't need to be gaudy, just bricked up. I was raised to be a hustler and get money. When I was in the 2nd grade, my homeboy Lalo taught me how to keep a knot of singles in my pocket and buy fake gold. Back then, he was my first accountant of sorts. Now we have a completely different vantage point on these financial terms. Perspective and orientation. Two of the words we started this book with before we got too sciencey. In life, sometimes it's a bull market and other times you gotta fight through a bear market. When those times come, love has to come in the guise of wellness checks and reality checks. To not exercise is to go against God. Humility is the ability to solicit donations and even tap pockets if needed. This is tough love. Tough love can be personally taxing, so you must have a savings account. You can go broke doing for others, so remember the idea is to lead others out of poverty, not join them in poverty. Exercise does require sacred space to worship. This could be a gym, a spot on the floor next to your bed, a pull-up bar in the doorway, a particular place in the park, anywhere that you will daily praise your ancestors. You praise your ancestors for your genetic inheritance with each rep and each workout. This space is the block. I personally use the block as a mnemonic device to remind me of the medulla oblongata. It helps you to optimize that VO2 max. Our goal is to create cardillionaires and build a strong money pool. Full disclosure, I told you in book 1, this was my religion and life purpose. God put this on my shoulders. It doesn't come from me, it comes through me. This is the next level of knowledge of self contained in this book series, complete with a set of divine mathematics for you to study. Divine mathematics is the numbers and calculations of our inner universe and how those numbers relate to the outer world at large. My father told me, if you're searching for information in the book and you can't find it, then it's your job to write that book. In closing, being frugal is not the same as being cheap. Pay your dues. Don't be a cheapskate or afraid to come out of pocket. Get money. Everyone appreciates a breadwinner.
Period. You just got to have the nutrients. So are you going to pay $1,000 to have this nutrient profile circulating in your blood, or are you going to pay $65?